Hola, good day. Another beautiful day out. It's good to be back. Just enjoying myself today. Oh, I was talking today, I guess, a bit of duality, non-duality. I never really learned anything about duality or non-duality. I didn't find it that important on my journey. Because you just kind of, at some point, you just realize it for yourself. You don't need to be taught it, or you don't have to go and study it, try to figure it all out, because that'll just get you more caught up into crap. Oh, so much truth in that statement. But so we'll talk about consciousness and creation. Oh, the beauty, how consciousness creates all reality. Consciousness is that eternal you, that simple, pure, almost passive, just being, just being, just existing. Eternal. It is all potentials, all possible potentials. Simultaneous, all at once. Everything. Every story. Every possibility. It's just magnificent. Just be. Everything. For eternity. In a way. It's just, I am that I am. I exist. And I'm aware that I exist. You know, that's why I said there's nothing new. Because everything already exists. Everything is, every potential, every possibility, every scenario, it's just there. It just comes down to, what do you choose to experience? None of these possibilities or potentials, good or bad, right or wrong, it comes down to preference. What do you prefer to experience? That's where, you could say the human experience, the human evolution, coming into awakening, then into enlightenment, into realization, is really a soul experience. Because the human, as I said before, does not become enlightened. It can't. It's just the experiencer. It is consciousness that comes into realization. It is consciousness that evolves. So really the human doesn't evolve, but in a way it does, because it allows the awareness, it allows the realization, and by allowing that, it allows the evolution of consciousness to come into experience. So it experiences an evolution, a change. But the human is still just the experiencer, even after the evolution. It never became enlightened. It was never the human that even was seeking enlightenment. The human itself, the mental and physical human, just seeks experience. It wants experience. That's what it was designed for. It is the experiencer. That's why if you left the human to its own devices, it would just go on experiencing experience after experience after experience for all eternity. That's where you have the soul. The soul wants more than just an experience. The same experiences over and over again, you know. That's why the soul doesn't give a shit about a lot of the human things. The human wants to experience a better job, a different career, being famous, being not famous, whatever. It just loves experience. It's what it's designed for. The consciousness wants growth. It wants evolution. It wants revolutions. It wants new understanding of itself, new awarenesses of itself. And that's where the heart is. That's what drives someone into enlightenment is the soul. It's that eros, that desire for psyche, the soul, that passion. This is why I say you lose a lot of the human passions when you go into enlightenment, because there's a singular passion, a heart passion, a passion of enlightenment that can be uncomfortable. Oh, beauty. Sensuality. Oh. You just feel it. The joy, the passion, the excitement, the desire of the soul to evolve, to become even more aware of itself, to play with its potentials, to get creative with its potentials, to bring upon new experience. And that's what enlightenment does. When one is enlightened, it brings new potentials into being, or into awareness, to bring in new experiences. You're not having the same old human experience that you've had lifetime after lifetime, just seeing reality with its five senses. But now you have this awakened awareness, this awakened consciousness within you. And you start perceiving that 99.99% of empty space that is you. And you become aware that it is you experiencing what it's like to be a tree. It's you experience what it's like to be a park bench, to be a camera phone. And most importantly, it is you experiencing what it's like to be a human. That's that less than 1% that you thought was real, that you thought was the truth, was just an illusion, a hologram. And it's that 99.999% that is consciousness, that is awareness, that is in the joy and celebration of just being. Is in the space in between that little fraction of materialness that's there. It's when you stop fighting it. When you let go of I'm just that physicalness. I'm just the thoughts. I'm just the mind. I'm just this limited holographic story that I created. And you realize I am that I am. I am the space in between. I am multidimensional. I am all potential simultaneous. I am all things at once. And at the same time, I am a human, experiencing what it is to be human. We no longer have a fight or a battle between the divine self and the human self. You realize the human self, it's a beautiful story. It is an illusion. It is a grand experience. But it's not who you are. sensual. So sensual. Words don't come close to explaining it or close to what the experience is. The experience is beyond words, beyond poetry, even beyond music. Yet at times it is enjoyable or it is fun to play with it in those ways. I guess you can say enlightenment is to be or not to be. Going back to Shakespeare again. Seemed rather enlightened himself. Wasn't enlightened, but he dabbled in some, what I guess someone would call the mysteries. But to be or not to be? That's kind of the question. The human is always at war with itself. It is always trying to better itself, always trying to fix itself, trying to forgive itself, trying to forgive others, trying to save the world, save itself. It's a constant conflict and war and battle. But when you just allow yourself to be that awareness, that consciousness in between, that holographicness that is the human. Allow yourself not to be the thoughts, but the consciousness that is creating those thoughts. Because the consciousness has all the wisdom, all the knowingness, the knowledge within it. It brings resolution to those thoughts. It gets them out of that karmic cycle in a way, that gravity that pulls you in, when you can just step back and be aware. In other words, you step back into being yourself, and just being conscious to just being, not getting lost in that to be or not to be war or battle. And you just allow yourself to be. You're no longer fighting it. That's when you can sit on your park bench or on your porch swing or your recliner or wherever you want to sit, and you can just be. No longer in war with yourself. You become instead in awe of yourself. Through the human, you experience the grandeur, the beauty, the elegance, the sensuality, the divineness of yourself. Oh, and that is such a beautiful thing. Oh, I was going to talk a little bit about creation, so I guess we'll go there now. How is all of this being created? I think I've talked about it before, but we'll talk about it maybe in a different way. You can say at the essence of everything, it's just pure consciousness. This consciousness is mostly passive. It's just in a state of being. All potentials, all of itself simultaneous, without space or time. Because space and time is created within consciousness. But consciousness exists without it, but yet it can create it and experience it. But within it's this multidimensional just being, with everything simultaneous. It's hard to talk about it because when you can just feel it, you just want to, let's go over here. I just want to sit there and feel that. I wasn't going to come back to this reality and just be a little more structured and mental and try to talk about it. Because consciousness, you could say, is pure, absolute freedom. It is freedom because it can be everything and it is everything at once. It has no limitation, no structure really to it. It's just, this is why I've said before, an ancient word for consciousness or for God was chaos. Because to the structured mind, pure, absolute freedom makes absolutely no sense to the mind. Absolutely none. It confuses the fuck out of the mind because it's made from structure. You say within this internal being, this internal all that is you, you have your consciousness, this passiveness, just being everything simultaneously, all at once, without any opinion on it. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just, I am all that is. And it's in pure celebration of this. But consciousness, you can say, through experience, just this being of all that could be and ever will be, simultaneously came to itself with awareness. With awareness, I mean with action, with an active. And consciousness, I usually like to talk about it's passive. These are just ways of talking about it. It's not to be taken in concrete. You can talk about it in many ways and using words to mean different things. So, not trying to say this is what this means always, because then you're limiting it. So we'll just say, for right now, when I'm saying consciousness, I'm saying it's mostly passive, and with awareness, it's mostly active. But the consciousness and awareness are the same thing. One's in a passive state, one's in an active state. But it came to us and said, well, I am, what is everything? What is all that I am? What are all these potentials? What am I? And that's where awareness comes in. Awareness of itself. You can say awareness brings things into focus, into almost a movement. But in consciousness, there is no time. There's no space. I guess everything, every now moment, every potential now moment is coexisting all at once. So what it kind of does, it plays these now moments in I think it's been explained for almost like a strip of film. These different moments, and it kind of creates the illusion of movement. And through focus, it focuses in. Through focus, it creates this illusion of movement. Circling, I feel it as a circling of energy. Oh. Whew. It's beautiful. But it brings us into this movement, which causes energy. Energy is an illusion in a way. Since there's not really any movement, but it creates the illusion of it. Energy, you could say, becomes like a gravity away. It becomes, at some point, it becomes plasma. And that plasma becomes particles and atoms and things of that nature. Through this movement and this gravity that's circling. Ooh. Ooh. It's almost, you can feel it almost jetting out and in at the same time. You know, there's theories on the universe that say at the center of the universe there's a black hole. On the other side of the universe there is a white hole. White holes at the moment are still theoretical. We've never seen one, but Einstein's theories say there should be white holes. If there's a black hole on the other side of it, there should be a white hole. You can see it kind of. There's this movement, this pinching, this focusing. I'm trying to find the words for this because I can feel it, but it's like, how do you explain this? You can see it like the X, or past and the future, kind of what I've talked about before. But you can put at the center point of that singularity. Put one side, put a white hole. The other side, put a black hole. One is sucking everything in. One is pushing everything out. It's this jet stream, this energy of creation, all coming together in between the two, the white hole and the black hole. At the center, it's the true focus of everything. Where there's neither a white hole or a black hole, it's just everything comes into singularity, true singularity. It's just pure consciousness and awareness. But this creates the universe. It creates the forces of gravity. Gravity creates the light. Pulls together matter and atoms and creates dust and water and all kinds of fun stuff. Becomes planets and stars and all that stuff. That's creation. Merely by being in awareness, coming into a focus. And really, what we're seeing is so little of what's actually happening. It's just the physicalness. But I think I talked about it, there's dark energy. Dark energy is what scientists call this expansion energy that they can't see. They can't quantify. They can only see it because space is expanding. But they don't know why or how it's expanding. So they come up with it has to be a sort of energy of some sort, and they call it dark energy. Dark just means mysterious, unknown. It's this mysterious energy that they cannot see, touch, smell, taste. They can't sense it with any computer things at the moment. Infrared, that kind of stuff. So they just call it dark energy. It's this expansion that's happening. And at the same time, you have gravity. So you could say energy, focus, gravity brings structure to all that is. To all of it is true freedom. There is no structure in true freedom. It's just unlimited freedom. If you had structure or any limitation to it, then it can no longer be free. So this causes a imbalance in a way. Because now you have freedom and you have structure, so they have to come into balance. And this, you could say, this is what we have been doing for a very long time. And why we ended up here on Earth in the most densest reality possible, in the most structured and gravity-held reality, so it could be integrated, so it could be brought into balance in a way. So we could bring back freedom, but still have structure, and not get caught into structure anymore, because structure brings things like what you call karma, that energetic gravity that pulls you in lifetime after lifetime into the same experiences over and over again until they come into wisdom. So once you can, I don't want to say overcome it, because that's not the correct word. You don't overcome it, you allow it. Once you can allow the gravity, you no longer are pushing and kicking and fighting against structure. You allow it to truly be integrated within you, then you become free. Because you realize there is structure, there is physicality, but at the same time, I am that I am. I am oneness within myself. I am all potentials, all possibilities. And I'm an experience of myself. I'm no longer trapped in the gravity of structure. I am free. Nothing can imprison me, because even if I'm thrown into a prison cell or a padded white room or whatever, you're still free. Because you're all that fucking is. Be everything simultaneously all at once. And you're in physical form experiencing. You're in structure of the body. But yet, even the structure is such a small percentage of what's really there. It's such a beautiful illusion. Oh. Oh. Oh, sorry, I get kind of pulled away into the feeling of it, because you can't know it with the mind. You can't ever truly understand it with thoughts or with intellect. Because you'll just get more limited structure, more limitations. You can only know it through your freedom, through your multi-dimensionalness, through that andness. I am this, and I am that, and I am this and that, and everything else. I am the human, swinging on the swing. I am the swing. And I am the tree that I'm looking at right now. I am the chirping of the birds, the sound in the air. I am the chirping of that bird, the sound as it carries through the air. And I am the vocal cords of the bird. I am the eyes of the bird. I am the feathers of the bird. All at the same time, I am the human. If you take all this into the mind, you can see how that could make you crazy. If you can't, if you don't have boundaries for it. Because a lot of times people, most humans live their lives in narrow focus, which is actually a good thing, because without focus, just being just a physical human, that can cause a lot of trouble. But the problem is you've gotten so much into the mind, so much into the identity, that they never get out of focus. That's when you take that step back, you sit on the park bench, take that deep breath, you allow yourself to be open. And be aware. And it comes back to you. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Oh, trust me, it can seem like a long journey to the human. As it clears out all the crap and all the bullshit, all the mental machio, all that mental belief structures that keeps the illusion in its concrete state. And you're not used to the freedom. Most people, humans, do not want true freedom, because true freedom destroys the illusion. They want a story. They want to save the planet or something, like it needs to be saved. They want to save the animals. They don't need to be saved. I don't know, they want to save other humans. In other words, they're trying to save everything outside of them, but they never take care of themselves. They never stop for a minute and say, hey, I can just take a deep breath, relax, allow, and be aware. And realize all is well in all of creation. Everything is as it should be at this moment. There's no point in warring and battling and attacking and trying to fix everything. And for some people, that's a difficult thing. They cannot let go of that. And, well, that will pull them with karma, with a gravity, back into another lifetime until it gets resolved, until they bring it into awareness, where it can be brought into wisdom and released, brought into freedom, taken out of linear structure. you realize all is well. It has always been well. There's nothing wrong. All right, my friends. I'm going to end it there today. I wish you all another beautiful day. And just give you a friendly reminder. Every once in a while, just stop. Take a deep breath. Allow and be aware. You may be surprised someday what that brings you. I can tell you now, it won't be what you think it is. It's far much better. Because it's what you think it is. It's just more structure, more prison cells, more limitation. What enlightenment really is freedom. Freedom from all that. That chaos that the mind can never understand. That true freedom. True symmetry and beauty. All right. Have a wonderful day.